Hi there, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. In this video, we're going to talk about the magic of tarot. So, when you feel like the cards are speaking to you, which they will when you start to practice tarot or once you start to learn and get deep into it, what's really happening in a tarot reading? And that's what we're going to discuss today. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the feeling of when the cards speak. So, when you do a reading, especially one that resonates deeply, it can feel as though the cards are alive, as though they are responding to your energy, emotions, or questions directly. It's like magic. It feels like magic. A certain card falls just at the right moment, or the imagery steers, or the imagery stirs something in you that feels precise, personal, or meaningful. Many readers may describe this as, or they may say something like, I shuffled and that card just flew out. It was exactly what I needed. Or I felt like spirit was answering me. Or how did the cards know? Like a lot of people will feel, or a lot of readers will feel like the cards just know. So what's happening? Let's discuss a few possible layers of what's going on here. So the first thing that could be happening is intuitive pattern recognition. Your mind is wired to find patterns and meaning. Tarot is a tool made entirely of symbols, archetypes, and stories. So when you pull cards, your subconscious mind is activated. It recognizes a narrative, often reflecting your internal emotional state or dilemma in symbolic form. This isn't random, it's a mirror. The cards reflect what's already alive in you, and that's why they feel like they're speaking. The second thing is intuition and energetic sensitivity. Some people believe that when you shuffle cards, you're not just moving paper, you're moving with energy. Whether you call it your intuition, the collective, unconscious, spirit, or source, you're tapping into something larger than logic. You might notice you feel drawn to certain cards, or some cards just jump out during shuffling, and that is often described as the deck speaking. Your intuition, attuned through emotion, energy, and intention, guides your hands and awareness toward the message that needs to come through. Another possibility is synchronicity, which is a Carl Jung concept. Jung used tarot and believed deeply in synchronicity, the idea that meaningful coincidences aren't accidental but are expressions of a deeper, unconscious connection between the inner world and outer events. Let's say you shuffle the cards randomly and you draw, say, the Tower card during a time of upheaval in your life, and it feels fated, like magic or like a sign. This isn't necessarily about predicting the future, but about timing and meaning aligning in a way that reveals something true and potent. Another thing that's happening is that you could be tapping into the collective energy. So when you're reading for the collective, you're tuning into group emotions, unspoken thoughts, shared longings, or fears. Some believe we all emit energy, and when focused with intention, like during a collective reading, that energy guides the outcome. The reader becomes a channel. The cards become a language that spirit uses to speak through you. Or, from a psychological view, you're tuned into what people need to hear, and your unconscious draws the right symbols to meet that need. So, why does it all feel like magic? Magic isn't always supernatural. It's often the moment when something deeply resonates, pierces through noise, and feels meaningful. Tarot feels magical because it helps you see clearly, it gives you confirmation, it reflects your truth in a poetic or symbolic way, and it helps connect emotion, insight, timing, and spirit. Magic is what happens when the mind and the soul say, yes, that's it. What makes a reading work? First, there's clarity of intention. So the more focused your question or curiosity is, the clearer the answers become, or the clearer the answers seem. Then there's emotional openness. When you're honest with yourself, like truly honest with yourself, the cards reflect it beautifully. And then there's trust in the process. The more you believe the message can come, the more open you are to receiving it. So whether you believe it's spirit or psychology, if you're spiritual, you might say spirit is speaking through the cards. If you're psychological, you might say my intuition and unconscious are guiding me. If you're mystical, you might say the universe is aligning to bring clarity. And if you're skeptical, you might say my mind makes meaning from symbols that help me navigate emotions. And honestly, all of these can be true. Tarot isn't about having the right answer. It's about uncovering your own truth in a moment of reflection. So in summary, tarot feels magical because it bridges the seen and the unseen. It reflects what's inside of you, and when you connect with it through shuffling, imagery, or a spread, it feels like something greater is speaking. Whether it's spirit, your higher self, or your deep intuition, tarot becomes a language through which truth comes forward. It's the magic, or that's the magic, is what I meant to say. And it's real, not because it defies reason, but because it speaks to something beyond it. And that's the magic of tarot. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you found this interesting or insightful. If so, let me know down in the comment section below, or hit the like button if you enjoyed this reading. Let me know if you're finding these lessons interesting. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you join next time. So until then, take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.